Good morning, YouTube. This is Brian with Forest Hills Memorials, and it's been a little bit since we've had a video to upload, but it is winter, so today is February 5th. Just getting here to the office. It's a lot slower for us in the winter, so I haven't had a whole lot of things to video for good content for you, or at least content. We've probably had, I don't know, close to 16 inches of snow on the ground, and it's been pretty bitterly cold here in northern Illinois. We've had a couple of days where we were out doing cremation burials, and it was like negative 35 wind chill while we were out doing that, so been pretty chilly, but we are getting a unseasonable warm up here. So all of the snow is pretty much melted. It's Monday, and over the weekend it was sunny and close to 50, so not too usual here around us. So we decided that today we're going to go out and get a couple memorials installed, and so we're going to set 3 of them. They're all in cemeteries, probably half an hour, 45 minutes away, so we're going to load those up. The foundations are ones that we had done in the fall, so and actually one of the bases for our larger stone is already set too, so we have a couple of decent sized monuments to set. Ground's still the ground never froze this year. It hasn't frozen yet, so we are gonna have to bring plank to drive out on, and so we've got the 2 pretty good sized monuments to install, and then we also have a bench to install. So that's a smaller bench, 3-foot pedestal bench. So we still have to get all loaded up. It's about 8 o'clock, so we have to load everything, and then once we do that, we'll bring you along, and we'll go out and set some stones. All right, so we just got here. It's about 9:45. So we have one to install here. Like I said, these are all the foundations have been done. So this family, we set this one in the fall. They bought this one, which might clean up that joint height a little bit. And then now the second one goes here. Part of the family got a blue pearl kind of standard upright, all polished die-based combo, and then this part of the family got a little bit more of a unique style and shape of stone. So theirs is the first black one there, kind of a cool shape, and then you can see the size of the one behind it. That's our big one for today. So we are going to get this base set first. Good?
Yep.
Watch that die over there, make sure I'm not going to hit, right? Are you eating seeds?
Yeah.
Want to grab a tape? We're gonna have to figure out these measurements. 2, 3. Turn sideways. Yep. 2, 3.
Oh man.
What? What the heck? Wonder if that just happened from how cold it was out.
Yeah.
Man, it's supposed to be a tough system. Did you just do that?
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
Well, that needs to go on top. Well, that's been a good box, but haven't really ever had one crack like that. Two, 3. 2, 3. That sucks. I was just at Farm and Fleet yesterday. I mean, that's like $100 box. I don't even know if that's lasted. Is this that last one season?
I thought we got it for 2.
Yeah?
That's the only box I've used with you.
Alright. It's a perfect size, but man, that sucks. You gotta jump up, you gotta move a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
So go ahead and twist this end towards me as I go so we can miss that bucket. You ready? Yeah, Let me get your tape. I'll get your, yeah. So I'd go from the cutout. What do you got?
11.
What's that?
11.
So I got 10.5. I'm gonna go.
Do you want to even do that on the straps?
I don't know.
It's only a 1/4 inch.
Yeah, but it's. So I would need to go towards you. It's gonna be a lot easier now, that's for sure. It's not a light one. So 10 3/4.
Good.
Top. All right, going down. Let's go ahead and we'll do a tape removal and cleaning. So Aiden's getting joint tight ready. So I don't know if I've ever talked about it before. I used to use that yellow pry bar in there that I use for just digging this stuff out. I used to use that to pry these up and get the center setting sticks out. Now I go out and buy like a 6 or 8 foot long oak 1x2, which is what those sticks over on the end are. And I now use that to pry up the especially the P5 stones, or the stones that have all polish. So you gotta be really careful. It's super easy, especially if you're using a metal bar, to pop the polish when you're raising them to get your setting sticks out. So using that oak strong enough to hold the weight, but it's soft enough to where, knock on wood, I've never had one pop the polish on all polished stone. Shout out to the boys over at Blastcraft for that one. They're the ones that turned me on to that. So there's a tool that I've seen Christian from Monument Pros use, and it's like a device that clamps onto the side of the die and then allows you to lift so that you can get your pieces out, and then you're not using anything to leverage the ends at all. It's just lifts the stone up, you know, essentially from the stone.
I've got stick pieces on my side.
You got the back done on yours?
No, that wasn't all.
So I might give him a call. So I know it's adjustable, and I think it goes up to like a 10-inch die, which like that's an 8-inch die. These are 6-inch dies. The next one we're setting over there is an 8-inch die. So I think I just had a couple questions, you know, wondering how it is for how it does on lifting some of these heavier pieces. You know, when we set ones like that, there's times that I'll be on my own, and you know, just wondering if that'd be any easier. I don't know. You know, I spend $20 on a 2x1 of oak, and it lasts for years. That device is $600, and you know, I'm not sure if it's really much different than what I do here. I'm more interested to see if you can use that device or that machine to, like, if you have to remove a stone, I'm wondering if it gives you good leverage to pop the seal. Is that something that'd be a little bit more difficult to do by yourself? So here we'll use these oak sticks to lift this up. Aiden's gonna take the setting stick out, and then he's gonna put the jointite in on his side, make sure it's all the way around. I'm gonna do it on mine. So we're up. You obviously gotta watch your fingers here. And then he's gonna hold the die while I rip this out. 2, 3, and there you go. That side's down. So Aiden will always go to my left side as I'm lifting this up. It's easier to reach over. Should be up. Oh, you pulled the whole piece of jointite.
It's on this. Okay.
It's because you yanked my whole piece out of here.
Okay.
I don't know if it's under there. Ready? 2, 3. So I can reach the right side easier, so he does the left side. So now we put some spacers under this die, and the spacers that we used are in the form of nickels. And this jointite, we leave it inside in the winter because otherwise it would just freeze out in the truck. So it is warm-ish, but being that I think it's still in the upper 20s, low 30s, it's going to take a little bit of time for that die to squish down on that jointite and set down on our nickels. So we'll give it some time to do that. We'll kind of do our final cleanup on it, and then once that final cleanup's done, do you still have stuff to, you have some stencil adhesive to razor off over here?
I got it done.
You did? So then we'll do our final cleanup of this die, and then once it sets down, I'm gonna cut off, I don't know if you want to do that now, that Blue Pearl has additional jointite that come out. So I like to give these their final clean just to get any sandblasting residue off of here before we call it good. Sorry about that if you were upside down. I'm trying to get this all cleaned up. So, and I might as well make this announcement now. This will be the last week Aiden's working with me for a while. He's actually going to be moving, going to do some different life things. So he'll be doing that, and I'll be by myself for a little while, I think. But alright, got a phone call there. So as I was saying, Aiden, this will be his last week. He is going to be moving out of town, doing some different things. So root for him, and I'm sure at some point he'll be back to help. But we'll be rocking these solo for a little while. Got a couple of potential candidates to work part-time for us this summer, so we'll see. So this one is all set. We're gonna give it a minute. That one turned out beautiful. We're gonna give it a minute to set. We probably gonna warm up in the truck here for a minute. We still have to strap that big one down before we drive it over there, but we'll warm up for a little bit. We'll probably go set that one and then come back and cut the joint tight off of here. So we'll go warm up for a little bit. All right, so that went pretty smooth, about as smooth as you could ask for with a piece this size. So you probably saw me do spread my arms out just to give you an idea on this the size of this. So I think the base was 6.5 and the top was 5.5 wide, probably in total right around 3 foot tall. So a pretty heavy piece. This young man passed away a little while ago. It took a little while to design this. You know, the family went with the rather simple design in the front, obviously, just names and dates and that. Just let the stone do the design work. You know, it's a beautiful, beautiful stone. This is just a little wet. So water is absorbed into there, so it's giving it a darker look, so that'll dry out and it'll look totally normal. And then on the back, you know, there's laser etching and then there's hand etching. And you know, for a piece this size, you definitely wanted the family to go into a hand etching scenario. So that etching is very, very visible, which is what I like to see on an etching. Very, very nice. So that came out very well. Last name on the back, and I know the family's going to be very happy with this one. They've been anxious to have it out here, so I'm glad we were able to do that for them. So we're going to pick this stuff up. This die being much heavier, it's, you know, it's squishing out the joint tight a little bit quicker. So we'll clean that up and pick all this up and let the family know it's been installed here today. We still have to go back to the other stone, which is just down there, and clean up the joint tight on that one. And then we're off to set a bench, so that'll be the last one for today. We'll go set that bench, and then we got a couple pieces to put on the truck for tomorrow. So we'll see you over at the next cemetery, and I think it's Flora Cemetery, where foundation's done again. So we'll go get that bench set. And just another side note, when stones get this big, I always, even if the family wants to do a precast concrete foundation, I'll just upgrade them to a granite one. So I don't want anything to happen to that foundation ever. So it's we're going with granite all the way when it goes to a piece like this. So all right, we'll see you at the next cemetery. All right, so we just made it to Flora Cemetery, and I forgot, if you look back a couple videos ago, there's a video of I was out here solo doing these foundations, and I forgot that this foundation location was on the west side of some tall trees. And we get here to the cemetery, and it's like one of the only areas with a bunch of snow left. So luckily our foundation is on the edge of all of the snow, so it's not as bad. We're gonna definitely have to clear all that off, try to get it as dry as we can. One thing I think I forgot to mention when I started this video, I just wanted to talk about it for a second. It's been a while since we've done a video, but that hasn't stopped our subscribers from gaining subscribers. So I just want to thank everybody that's new. We're creeping up on 100 subscribers, so that's awesome. Thank you very much. I know I've got Christian to thank for some of that. He always mentions us on his videos, and it seems like whenever he does, we see an increase in subscribers. So thanks, Christian. So we're gonna get this bench all ready to go. We'll get this snow uncovered, and we'll get this bench set. Alright, so that's gonna conclude this one. So that looks great. There's the finished product. So that's a 4-foot foundation with a 3-foot pedestal bench set on top. So that'll be it for today. Thanks for coming along, and thanks again to all of you subscribers out there. If you haven't, think about subscribing, and we appreciate it. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next one.